The potential catastrophe of undersea cable disruption, a deep dive into global vulnerability. Understanding the importance of undersea cables, critical infrastructure for global communication. Undersea cables, often referred to as submarine cables, form the backbone of global communications. Comprising nearly 400 cables laid across ocean floors, these fiber optic lines facilitate approximately 99% of international data transmission. They provide the infrastructure necessary for internet access, international phone calls, data transfers, and various telecommunications essential for modern life. Historical context and development. The first undersea telegraph cable was laid in 1858, marking the beginning of global telecommunications as we know it. Over the years, the technology behind these cables has evolved significantly, but their primary function remains the same, enabling real-time connectivity between continents. Current risks facing undersea cables. Geopolitical tensions and military activities. Recent tensions, particularly between the US and Russia, have heightened concerns over the security of undersea cables. US officials have warned of increased Russian military activities around these critical infrastructures, focusing on a unit known as GUJI, General Staff Main Directorate for Deep Sea Research, that specializes in undersea operations. This unit operates various naval assets, including submarines and unmanned drones, with a growing emphasis on the potential for sabotage. Accusations of sabotage. In a tit-for-tat exchange, Russian officials have accused the US and the UK of conspiring to sabotage undersea cables, suggesting that these accusations might mask their own intentions. This blame game underscores the fragility of the situation and raises alarms about the escalating risk of direct attacks. Implications of cable disruption, communication breakdown. If undersea cables were to be severed, the immediate consequence would be a significant disruption in communication. People across affected regions would lose access to essential services such as phone calls, messaging, video streaming, and online interactions. Economic fallout. The potential financial impact of such a disruption is staggering. The global economy relies heavily on internet connectivity for e-commerce, banking, and financial transactions. Disconnections could destabilize payment systems, causing ATMs to become inoperable and potentially wiping trillions of dollars off the markets. Effects on supply chains. A disruption in undersea communications would also impact physical supply chains. Brick-and-mortar businesses would struggle to communicate with suppliers, leading to shortages in essential goods, including food, medical supplies, and other resources crucial for daily life. Infrastructure strain. Critical infrastructure such as power grids, transportation networks, and water systems are interconnected with digital technologies. A loss of connectivity could impair their functionality, resulting in cascading failures that could affect large populations. Repair challenges and timeline. Repairing undersea cables is a complex and time-consuming process. Depending on the location and extent of the damage, it may take months to restore service. This significant downtime exacerbates the consequences of cable disconnections and prolongs the resultant economic and social disruption. Historical precedents of infrastructure attacks. The Nord Stream sabotage. Recent history provides a troubling precedent with the Nord Stream pipeline sabotage in 2022, where underwater explosions severely disrupted gas flows from Russia to Europe. This event demonstrated the vulnerability of undersea infrastructure and raised alarm about the potential for similar attacks on undersea cables. Implications for global security. Should direct actions be taken to cut undersea cables, both geopolitical and economic stability would be placed at extreme risk. The interconnected nature of modern economies means that a targeted attack on one area can have far-reaching impacts globally. Preparing for the unthinkable. The need for proactive measures. In the face of such vulnerabilities, it is crucial for nations to enhance the security of undersea cables and develop contingency plans to mitigate the effects of potential sabotage. This includes increased surveillance, military presence, and diplomatic measures to de-escalate tensions in affected areas. Infrastructure resilience. Investing in alternative communications technology and backup systems can also help ensure that essential services remain operational in times of crisis. Developing robust cyber defenses is equally important in safeguarding the integrity of global communications. Q&A section. Q1. What percentage of global internet traffic relies on undersea cables? Undersea cables facilitate approximately 99% of international internet traffic, underscoring their critical importance in global communications. Q2. What could happen to financial systems if undersea cables were cut? A disruption could render payment systems and ATMs inoperable, risking the stability of global financial networks and potentially leading to significant economic losses. Q3. How long does it generally take to repair damaged undersea cables? Repairing undersea cables can take months, depending on the damage's extent and location, which can prolong the negative impacts of service disruptions.